Sir, as it grows.
Aye, that's well known. But what particular rarity? What strange which manifold record not matches? See, magic of bounty, all these spirits thy power hath conjured to attend. I know the merchant.
Oh, I know them both, the other's a jeweler.
Oh, 'tis a worthy lord.
Nay, that's most fit.
A most incomparable man breathed, as it were, to an untirable and continuate goodness. He passes.
I have a jewel here.
Oh, pray, let's see it for the Lord Timon, sir.
If he will touch upon the estimate. But for that...
We for recompense have praised the vile. It stains the glory in that happy verse which aptly sings the good. 'Tis a good form.
And rich. Here is the water. Look ye.
You are wrapped, sir, in some work, some dedication to the great Lord.
A thing slipped idly from me. Our posies as a gum which oozes from whence 'tis nourished. But the fire in the flint shows not till it be struck. Our gentle flame provokes itself, and, like the current, flies each bound it chases. What have you there?
A picture, sir. When comes your book forth?
Upon the heels of my presentment, sir. Let's see your piece.
'Tis a good piece.
So 'tis. This comes off well and excellent.
Oh, indifferent.
Admirable. How this grace speaks his own standing. What a mental power this eye shoots forth. What big imagination moves in this lip. To the dumbness of the gesture one might interpret.
Well, it is a pretty mocking of the life. Here is a touch. Is it good?
I will say of it, it tutors nature. Artificial strife lives in these touches, livelier than life.
Oh my, how this lord is fallen!
The senators of Athens, happy men.
Look, Mo!
You see this confluence, this great flood of visitors? I have in this rough work shaped out a man whom this beneath world doth embrace and hug with amplest entertainment. My free drift halts not particularly, but moves itself in a wide sea of wax. No leveled malice infects one comma in the course I hold, but flies an eagle's flight, bold and forth on, leaving no tract behind.
How shall I understand you?
I will unbolt to you. You see how all conditions, how all minds, as well of glib and slippery creatures, as of grave and austere quality, tender down their services to Lord Timon. His large fortune upon his good and gracious nature hanging, subdues and properties to his love intendeth all sorts of hearts. Yea, from the glass-faced flatterer to Apemantus, few things loves better than to abhor himself. Even he drops down the knee before him and returns in peace, most rich in Timon's lawn.
Well, I saw them speak together.
Sir, I have, upon a high and pleasant hill, feigned fortune to be thrown. The base of that mount is ranked with all deserts, all kinds of natures that labor on the bosom of this sphere to propagate their states. Amongst them all, whose eyes are on this sovereign lady fixed, one do I personate of Lord Timon's frame, whom fortune with her ivory hand wafts to her, whose present grace to present slaves and servants translates his rivals.
He's conceived a scope. This throne, this fortune, and this hill, methinks, with one man beckon from the rest below. Bowing his head against the steepy mount in order to climb his happiness would be well expressed in our condition.
Nay, sir, but hear me on. All those which were his fellows but of late, some better than his value, on the moment follow his strides, his lobbies filled with tendance, rain sacrificial whisperings in his ear, make sacred even his stirrup, and through him drink the free air.
Ay, Mary, what of these?
When fortune, in her shift and change of mood, spurns down her late beloved, all his dependents, which labored after him to the mountain's top, even on their knees and hands, let him slip down, not one accompanying his declining foot.
Oh, 'tis common. 1,000 moral paintings I can show that shall demonstrate these quick blows of fortunes more pregnantly than words. Oh, yet you do well to show Lord Timon that mean eyes have seen the foot above the head.
Imprisoned, is he, say you?
Aye, my good lord. 5 talents is his debt. His means most short, his creditors most strained. Your honorable letter he desires to those have shut him up, which failing periods his comfort.
Noble then, Tydius, well, I am not of that feather to shake off my friend when he must need me. I do know him a gentleman that well deserves the help which he shall have. I'll pay the debt and free him.
Your lordship ever binds him.
Commend me to him. I will send his ransom, and being enfranchised, bid him come to me. 'Tis not enough to help the feeble up, but to support him after. Fare you well.
All happiness to your honor.
Lord Timon, hear me speak!
Freely, good father.
Thou hast a servant named Flaminius.
I have so. What of him?
Most noble Timon, call the man before thee.
Tense he here or no? Flaminius.
Here at your lordship's service.
This fellow here, Lord Timon, this thy creature by night frequents my house. I am a man that from my first have been inclined to thrift, and my estate deserves an air more raised than one which holds a trencher.
Well, what further?
One only daughter have I. No kin else on whom I may confer what I have got. The maid is fair, on the youngest for a bride, and I have bred her at my dearest cost in qualities of the best. This man of thine attempts her love. I prithee, noble lord, join with me to forbid him her resort. Myself have spoken vain.
The man is honest.
So therefore he will be, Timon. His honesty rewards him in itself. It must not bear my daughter.
Does she love him?
She is young and apt. Our own preceded passions to instruct us what levities in youth.
Love you the maid.
Aye, my good lord, and she accepts of it.
If in her marriage my consent be missing, I call the gods to witness. I will choose mine heir from forth the beggars of the world and dispossess her all.
With what shall she be endowed if she be mated with an equal husband?
3 talents on the present and future all.
This gentleman of mine hath served me long. To build his fortune I will strain a little, for 'tis a bond in men. Give him thy daughter. What you bestow in him I'll counterpoise and make him weigh with her.
Most noble lord, pawn me to this your honor. She is his.
My hand to thee, mine honor on my promise.
Humbly I thank your lordship. Never may that state or fortune fall into my keeping, which is not owed to you.
Vouchsafe my labor, and live long, your lordship. I thank you, friend. Go not away. I'll speak with you anon. What have you there, my friend?
A piece of painting which I do beseech your lordship to accept.
Painting is welcome. Aye, the painting is almost the natural man. Oh, for since dishonor traffics in man's nature, he is but outside. These penciled figures are e'en such as they give out. I like your work. And you shall find I like it. Wait attendance till you hear from me further.
The gods preserve ye.
Welcome, gentlemen, give me your hand. We must dine together. Sir, your jewel hath suffered under praise.
What? My lord dispraised?
A mere satiety of commendation. If I should pay for it as 'tis extolled, 'twould unclume me quite.
My lord, 'tis rated as those which sell would give. But, as you know, things of like value differing in their owners are prized by their masters. Believe it, dear lord, you mend the jewel by the wearing it.
Well, Mom.
Oh, no, my good lord, he speaks the common tongue, which all men speak with him.
Look you who comes here, will you be chid?
Well, we'll bear with your lordship.
He'll spare none.
Good morrow to thee, gentle Apemantus.
Until I be gentle, stay thou for thy good morrow. Thou art Timon's dog, and these knaves honest.
Why callest them thou knaves? Thou knowest them not.
Are they not Athenians?
Yes.
Then I repent not.
You know me, Apemantus?
Thou know'st I do, I called thee by thy name.
Thou art proud, Apemantus.
Of nothing so much that I am not like Timon.
Whither art going?
To knock out an honest Athenian's brains.
That's a deed thou'lt die for.
Right, if doing nothing be death for the law.
What thinkst thou of this painting, Apemantus?
The best for the innocents.
Wrought he not well that painted it?
He wrought better than made the painter, and yet he's but a filthy piece of work.
You're a dog!
My mother's of my generation. What's she, if I be a dog?
Wilt thou dine with me, Apemantus?
No, I eat not lords.
And thou shouldst thou anger ladies.
Oh, they eat lords. So they come by great belly.
That's a lascivious apprehension.
So thou apprehendst it. Take it for thy labor.
How likest thou this jewel, Apemantus?
Not so well as plain dealing, which will not cost a man a doit.
What dost think 'tis worth?
Not worth my thinking. How now, poet?
How now, philosopher?
Thou liest.
Art not one?
Yes.
Then I lie not.
Not a poet.
Yes.
Then thou liest. Look, in thy last work, where thou hast feigned him a worthy fellow.
Oh, that is not feigned. He is so.
Oh, he is worthy of thee. Pay thee for thy labor. He that loves to be flattered is worthy of the flatterer. Ah! Haven't! That I were a lord!
What wouldst thou do then, Apemantus?
E'en as Apemantus does now, hate a lord with all my heart.
What, thyself?
Aye!
Wherefore?
That I had no angry wit to be a lord. But not a merchant.
I, Apemantus.
Traffic confound thee if the gods will not.
If traffic do it, the gods do it.
Traffic is thy god, and thy god confound thee.
How now? What means this trump?
Tis Alcibiades.
Give him guide to us. We must needs dine together. I am joyful of your sights. Most welcome, sir.
So. Your age is back and starve yourself with joy. There should be such small love amongst these sweet knaves, and all this courtesy. Ugh. Strain of man is spread out into baboon and monkey.
Sir, you have saved my longing, and I feed most hungrily in your sight.
Right welcome, sir. Ere you depart, we'll share a bounteous time in different pleasures. Pray you come in.
What time of day is it, Apemantus?
Time to be honest.
Oh, that time serves still.
The most accursed now that still omits it.
Thou art going to Lord Timon's feast?
Aye, to see meat fill knaves, and wine heat fool.
Fare thee well, fare thee well.
That fool to bid me farewell twice?
Why, Apemantus?
Shouldst have kept one for thyself, for I mean to give thee none.
Hang thyself.
No, I will do nothing at thy bidding.
Oh, away, unpeaceable dog, or I'll spurn thee hence.
Fly like a dog, the heels and the ass.
He's opposite to humanity. Come, shall we in and taste Lord Timon's bounty? He outgoes the very heart of kindness.
He pours it out. Plutus, the god of gold, is but his steward, and no meed but for a sevenfold above itself. No gift to him, but breeds the giver a return exceeding all use of quittance.
The noblest mind he carries that ever governed man.
Long may he live in fortunes. Shall we in?
Well, I'll keep you company.
Nay, my good lord,
Ceremony was devised at first to set a gloss on faint deeds, hollow welcomes recanting goodness, sorry ere 'tis shown. But where there is true friendship, there needs none. Pray sit. More welcome are ye to my fortunes than my fortunes to me.
Oh, my lord, we always have confessed it.
Confessed it! Hanged it, have you not?
Oh, Apemantus, you are welcome.
No, you shall not make me welcome. I come to have thee thrust me out of doors.
Fie, thou art a churl. Has got a humor there, does not become a man. 'Tis much to blame. They say, my lords, ira fura brevis est. But yond man is ever angry. Give him a table by himself, for he does neither affect company, nor is he fit for it, indeed.
Let me stay at thine apparel, Timon. I come to observe. I give thee warning on't.
I take no heed of thee. Thou art an Athenian, and therefore welcome. I myself would have no power. Prithee, let my meat make thee silent.
I scorn thy meat. To choke me, for I should ne'er flatter thee. Oh, you gods, the number of men eats time, and he sees them not. It grieves me to see so many dip their meat in one man's blood, and all the madness is he cheers them up too. I wonder men dare trust themselves with men. Methinks they should invite them without knives, good for their meat and safer for their lives. There's much example for it. The fellow who sits next him now, parts bread with him, pledges the breath of him in a divided draught, is the readiest man to kill him. Has been proved. Were I a huge man, I should fear to drink at meals, lest they should spy my windpipe's dangerous notes. Great men should drink with harness on their throats.
Ay, my good lord, and let the health go round.
Let it flow this way, my good lord.
Flow this way. There's a brave fellow. He keeps his tides well. Those healths will make thee in thy state will kill, Timon. Is that which is too weak to be a sinner? Honest water, which ne'er left man in the mire. This and my food are equals. There's no odds. Feasts are too proud to give thanks to the gods. Immortal gods, I crave no pelf. I pray for no man but myself. Grant that I may never prove so fond to trust a man on his oath or bond, or a harlot for a weeping, or a dog that seems as sleeping, or a keeper with my freedom, or my friends if I should need them. Amen. So fall to it. Rich men sin, and I eat root.
Captain Alcibiades, your heart is in the field now.
My heart is ever at your service, my lord.
You had rather be at a breakfast of enemies than a dinner of friends.
So they were bleeding new, my lord. There's no meat like them. I could wish my best friend at such a feast.
When all those flatterers were thine enemies then, that then thou mightst kill them, and bid me to them.
Might we but have that happiness, my lord, that you would once use our hearts, whereby we might express some part of our zeals, we should think ourselves forever perfect.
No doubt, my good friends. But the heavens themselves have provided that I shall have much help from you. How had you been my friends else? Why have you that charitable title in thousands? Did you not chiefly belong to my heart? I have told more of you to myself than you can in modesty speak in your own behalf, and thus far I confirm you. Oh, you gods, think I, what need have we any friends if we ne'er have need of them? Why, they were the most needless creatures living should we ne'er have use for them, and would most resemble sweet instruments, hung up in cases that keep their sounds to themselves. I have often wished myself poorer, that I might come nearer to you. We are born to do benefits, and what better or properer can we call our own than the riches of our friends? Oh, precious comfort it is to have so many like brothers commanding one another's fortunes. Oh, joys made away ere it can be born. Mine eyes cannot hold water, methinks. To forget their faults, I drink to you.
Thou weeps to make them drink, Timon.
Joy had the like conception in our eyes, and at that instant, like a babe, sprung up.
Laugh to think that babe a bastard.
I promise you, my lord, you moved me much.
Oh, much.
What means this trump?
Please you, my lord, there are certain ladies most desirous of admittance.
Ladies? What is their will?
There comes with them a forerunner, my lord, which bears that office to signify their pleasure.
Pray, let them be admitted.
Hail to thee, worthy Timon, and to all that of his bounties taste. The 5 best senses acknowledge thee their patron, and come freely to gratulate thy plenteous bosom. The ear, taste, touch, all please from thy table rise. They only now come, but to feast thine eyes.
They are heartily welcome. Pray, let them be admitted. Music! Make them welcome.
You see, my lord, how ample ye are beloved.
Oy day! But a sweep of vanity comes this way. They dance. They are mad women. Like madness is the glory of this life, as this pomp shows to little oil and root. We make ourselves fools to disport ourselves and spend our flatteries to drink those men upon whose age we boil it up again with poisonous spite and envy. Who lives that's not depraved but depraves? Who dies that bears not one spurn to his grave of his friend's gift? I should fear that those that dance before me now would one day stamp upon me. 'T'has been done. Men shut their doors against the setting sun.
beautiful and kind. You have added worth unto it, and a luster, and entertained me with my own device. I am to thank you for it.
Oh, my lord, you take us even at the best.
Hey, the worst is filthy. Will not hold taking, I doubt me.
There is an idle banquet attends you. Please you to dispose yourselves.
Most
thankfully,
my
lord. Flavius!
My lord.
The little casket, bring me hither and do something about this dog.
My lord. Poor Jules, yet. There's no crossing him in his humor, else I should tell him well. In faith, I should. When all spent, he'd be crossed then, and he could. 'Tis pity bounty had not eyes behind, that man might ne'er be wretched for his mind.
Where be our men? Oh, here, my lord. Our horses.
Oh, my friend, I have one word to say to you. Look you, my lord. I pray you, honor me so much as to advance this jewel. Accept it, wear it kind, my lord.
I am so far already in your gifts.
So are we all.
My lord, there are certain nobles of the Senate, newly elected, and come to visit you.
They are fairly welcome.
I beseech your honor, vouchsafe me a word. It does concern you near.
Near? Why then another time I'll hear you. I prithee, let us be prepared to show them worthy entertainment.
I scarce know how.
May it please your honor, Lord Lucullus, out of his free love, hath presented to you 4 milk-white horses trapped in silver.
Oh, they are fairly welcome. And let the presents be worthily entertained.
Please you, my lord, that honorable gentleman, Lord Lucius, entreats your company tomorrow to hunt with him, and has sent your honor 2 brace of greyhounds.
I'll hunt with his honor, and let them be received, not without fair reward.
What will this come to? He commands us to provide and give great gifts, and all out of an empty coffer. Nor will he know his purse, or yield me this, to show him what a beggar his heart is, being of no power to make his wishes good. His promises fly so beyond his state that what he speaks is all in debt. He owes for every word. He is so kind that he now pays interest on it. His lands put to their books. Would I were gently put out of office before I were forced out. Happier is he that has no friend to feed than such that do e'en enemies exceed. I bleed inwardly for my lord.
No, my good lord, you beg too much of your own merit. Look you, my lord, a trifle for my love.
With more than common thanks, I do receive it.
Oh, he's the very soul of bounty.
Now I remember, my lord. You gave good words the other day to a bay courser I rode on. 'Tis yours, because you liked it. I do beseech you, pardon me, my lord, in that. You may take me at my word. I know no man can justly praise but what he does affect. I weigh my friend's affection with my own. I tell you true, I'll call to you.
None so welcome.
I take all and your several visitations so kind to heart. 'Tis not enough to give. Methinks I could deal kingdoms to my friends and ne'er be weary. Alcibiades, thou art a soldier, and therefore seldom rich. It comes in charity to thee, for all thy living is amongst the dead, and all thy lands lie in the pitched field.
Aye, defiled lands, my lord.
We are so virtuously bound.
And I to you.
So infinitely endeared.
All to you. Oh,
The best of happiness, honor, and fortunes keep with thee, Lord Timon.
ready for his friends.
All the coils here, serving of backs, jutting out of bums. I doubt whether their legs are worth the sums that are given for them.
Now, Apemantus, if you were not sullen, I would be kind to thee.
No, I'll nothing. Well, if I be bribed too, there'd be none left to rail against thee, and then thou shouldst sin the faster. Thou givest so long time in. I fear thou will give thyself away in paper shortly. What needs these feasts, these pomps, and vainglories? Duh!
Nay, and you begin to rail at society once I am sworn not to give regard to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. the music.
So, shalt not hear me now, thou shalt not then. Unlock my heaven from thee. Oh, that men's ears should be to counsel deaf, but not to flattery.
And light 5,000 to borrow ante Isidorios. 9,000 besides my former sum, which makes it 5 and 20, who's still in motion of raging waste. It cannot hold, and it will not. If I want gold, steal but a beggar's dog and give it Timon. Why, the dog coins gold. If I would sell my horse and buy 20 more better than he, why give my horse to Timon? Ask nothing, give it him, and both be straight and able horses. No porter at his gate, but rather one that smiles and still invites all that pass by. It cannot hold. No reason can sound his state in safety. Capus! Ho! Capus, I say!
Here, sir! What is your pleasure?
Get on your cloak and haste you to Lord Timon. Yeah! Importune him for my monies. Be not ceased with slight denial, nor then silenced when. Commend me to your master, and the cap placed in the right hand thus. But tell him my use is right. I must serve my turn out of mine own. His days and times are past, and my reliances on his fracted dates have smit my credit. Well, I love and honor him, but must not break my back to heal his finger. Immediate are my needs, and my relief must not be tossed and turned to me in words, but find supply immediate. Get you gone. Put on a most important aspect, a visage of demand. For I do fear, when every feather sticks in his own wing, Lord Timon will be left a naked gull, which flashes now a phoenix. Get you gone!
I go, sir!
I go, sir! Ah! Take the bonds along with you and have the dates in. Come!
I will, sir!
Go! Yeah!
No care, no stop. So senseless of expense that he will neither know how to maintain it, nor cease his flow of riot. Takes no account how things go from him, nor resumes no care of what is to continue. Never mind was to be so unwise, to be so kind. What shall be done he will not hear till feel. I must be round with him. Now he comes from hunting. Fie! 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 Fie!
Oh, good evening, Varro. What have you come for? Money? Is it not your business, too? It is. And yours, too, Titus? It is so. When we were all discharged. I fear it. Here comes the Lord.
So soon as it is done, go forth again, my Alcibiades. With me, what is your will?
My lord, here is a note of certain Jews.
Jews? Whence are you?
Of Athens here, my lord.
Go to my steward.
Oh, please, your lordship, he hath put me off the succession of new days this month. My master's awakened by great occasion to call upon his own, and humbly praise you that, with your other noble parts, you follow suit in giving him his right.
I pray thee, good friend, but prepare to me next morning.
Nay, oh, my lord!
Contain thyself, good friend.
One borrowed servant, my good lord.
Isidore, he humbly prays your speech.
If you would know, my lord, my master wants.
Was due on forfeiture 6 weeks in past. Your steward puts me off, my lord, and I am sent expressly to you.
Pray you, my lord. Keep on. I'll wait upon you instantly. Come hither. Pray you, how goes the world that I am thus encountered with clamorous demands of broken bonds and long since due debts against my honor?
Please, you gentlemen, the time is unagreeable to this business. Your importunity cease till after dinner, that I may make his lordship understand wherefore you are not paid.
Do so, my friends. See them well entertained.
Stay! Say, here comes the fool with Apemantus. Let's have some sport with him.
Hang him, he'll abuse us. A plague upon him, dog.
How dost, fool?
Does dialogue with thy shadow?
Speak not to thee.
No, 'tis to thyself. Come away.
There's the fool, hangs on your back already.
No, thou stand single. Thou'rt not on him yet.
Where's the fool now?
Ooh, he last asked the question. Poor rogues and usurers, men. Bawds between gold and want.
What are we, Apemantus?
Asses! That you ask me what you are and do not know yourselves. Speak to him, fool.
How do you, gentlemen?
Gramercy's good fool. How does your mistress?
She's even setting water on to scald such chickens as you are. Would we could see you at Corinth?
Good Gramercy.
Now, Captain, what do you in this wise company? How dost thou, Apemantus?
Oh, would I had a rod in my mouth that I could answer thee profitably.
Prithee, Apemantus, read me the superscription of these letters. I know not which is which.
Canst not read?
No!
Ugh. There were little learning die then that day thou'rt hanged. This is to Lord Timon, this to Alcibiades. Go. Thou wast born a bastard, and thou die a bawd.
Thou wast whelped a dog, and thou shalt famish a dog's death.
Ooh.
Answer not, I am gone.
Ooh! Ooh! He told thou art straight! Ooh! I will go with thee to see Lord Timon.
Oh, will you leave me there?
If Lord Timon stay at home, you three serve usurers, men.
Aye, would they have served us?
So would I. As good a trick as hangman served thief.
You three serve usurers?
Aye, fool.
I think no usurer but has a fool for a servant. My mistress is one. When men come to borrow of your masters, they approach sadly and go away merry. But they enter my mistress's house merrily and go away sadly. The reason for this?
I could render one.
Oh, do so, that we may account thee a whoremaster and a knave, which notwithstanding thou shalt be no less esteemed.
That's a whoremaster, fool.
Oh,
A fool in good clothing, and something like thee. 'Tis a spirit. Sometime it appear like a lord, sometime like a lawyer, and sometime like a philosopher with 2 stones more than his artificial one. He is very often like a knight, and generally in all shapes that man goes up and down in. From 80 to 13, this spirit walks in.
Thou art not altogether a fool.
Nor thou altogether a wise man. As much foolery as I have, so much wit thou lacks.
that answer might have become Apemantus.
Aside, here comes Lord Timon.
Oh, come, fool, come!
I do not always follow the woman, lover, and elder brother, sometime the philosopher.
Pray to walk near, I'll speak with you anon.
You make me marvel! Wherefore, ere this time, had you not fully laid my state before me, that I might so have rated my expense as I had leave of means?
You would not hear me.
Go to! Perchance some single vantages you took when my indisposition put you back, and that unaptness made you minister thus to excuse yourself.
My good lord, at many times I brought in my accounts, laid them before you. You would throw them off and say you found them in mine honesty. When for some trifling present you have bid me return so much, I have shook my head and wept. Yea, against the authority of manners, prayed you to hold your hand more close. I did endure not seldom, nor no slight checks, when I have prompted you in the ebb of your estate and your great flow of debts. My loved lord, though you hear now too late, yet now's a time. The greatest of your having lacks a half to pay your present debts.
Let all my land be sold.
'Tis all engaged. Some forfeited and gone, and what remains will hardly stop the mouth of present dues. The future comes apace. What's to defend the interim, and at length how goes our reckoning?
To Lacedaemon did my land extend.
Oh, my good lord, the world is but a word. Were it all yours to give it in a breath, how quickly were it gone.
You tell me true?
If you suspect my husbandry or falsehood, call me before the exactest auditors and set me on the proof. So the gods bless me, when all our offices have been oppressed with riotous feeders, when our vaults have wept with drunken spills of wine, when every room hath blazed with lights and brayed with minstrelsy, I have retired me to a wasteful cock and set mine eyes in flow.
Prithee, no more!
Heavens, have I set the bounty of this lord? How many prodigal bits have slaves and peasants this night glutted? Who is not Timon's? What heart, head, sword, force, means but is Lord Timon's? Great Timon, noble, worthy, royal Timon. And the means are gone that by this praise the breath is gone whereof this praise is made. Least one best lost, one cloud of winter showers, these flies are down.
Come, summon me no further! No villainous bounty yet hath passed my heart. Unwisely, not ignobly, have I given. Why dost thou weep? Canst thou the conscience lack to think I shall lack friends? Secure thy heart. If I would try the argument of men's hearts by borrowing men and men's fortunes, could I frankly use as I can bid thee speak?
Assurance, bless your thoughts.
And in some sort these wants of mine are crowned, that I account them blessings. For by these shall we try, friends. You shall perceive how you mistake my fortunes. I am wealthy in my friends. Within there, Flaminius, Sempronius.
My lord.
I will dispatch you severally. You to Lucullus, you to Sempronius, you to Lord Lucius. I hunted with his honor today. Commend me to them, and I am proud say that my occasions have found time to use them toward a supply of money. Let the request be 50 talents.
As you have said, my lord.
Lord Lucius and Lucullus. Ha!
Go you, sir, to the senators, of whom even to the state's best health I deserve this hearing. Bid them send over the instant 1,000 talents to me.
I have been bold, for that I knew it the most general way to them to use your signet and your name. But they do shake their heads, and I am here no richer in return.
Is true? Can it be?
They answer in a joint and corporate voice that now they are at fall. Want treasure, cannot do what they would, are sorry, you are honorable, but yet they could have wished, they know not. Something hath been amiss, a noble nature may catch a wrench, would all were well, 'tis pity. And so intending other serious matters, after distasteful looks and these hard fractions, with certain half-caps and bold moving nods, they froze me into silence.
You gods reward them! Prithee, man, look cheerily. These old fellows have their ingratitude in them hereditary. Their blood is caked, 'tis cold, it seldom flows. 'Tis lack of kindly warmth, they are not kind. And nature, as it grows again towards earth, is fashioned for the journey, dull and heavy. Go to Ventidius. Prithee, be not sad. Thou art true and honest. Ingenuously I speak, no blame belongs to thee. Ventidius lately buried his father, by whose death he's come into great estate. When he was poor, imprisoned, in scarcity of friends, I cleared him with 5 talents. Greet him from me, and bid him suppose some good necessity touches his friend, which craves to be remembered with those 5 talents. That had, give to those fellows to whom 'tis instant due. Oh, never speak, nor think Timon's fortunes mongst his friends can sink.
I would I could not think it. The thought is bounty's foe. Being free itself, it thinks all others so.
Flaminius! Honest Flaminius, you are very respectably welcome, sir. Timon's men. A gift I warrant. Why, this hits right. I dreamt of a silver basin in Ewer tonight.
And how does that honorable, complete, free-hearted gentleman of Athens, my very bountiful good lord and master?
His health is well, sir.
I'm right glad his health's well, sir. And what hast thou there under thy cloak, pretty Flaminius?
Faith, nothing but an empty box, sir, which in my lord's behalf I come to entreat your honor to supply. Having great and instant occasion to use 50 talents, hath sent your lordship to furnish you. Nothing doubting your present
Nothing doubting, says he. Alas, good lord, a noble gentleman 'tis. He would not keep so good a house. Many a time and often I've dined with him and told him on it, come again to sup at him, a purpose to have him spend less, and yet he would embrace no counsel, take no warning by my coming. Every man has his fault, and honesty is his. I have told him on it, but I could ne'er keep him from it. Flaminius, I have noted thee always wise. Here's to thee.
Your lordship speaks your pleasure.
I have observed thee, untowardly prompt spirit, give thee thy due. One that knows what belongs to reason, and canst use that time well if time use thee well. Good thoughts in thee. Draw nearer, honest Flaminius. Thy lord's a bounteous gentleman, but thou art wise, and thou knowest well enough, although thou comest to me, that this is no time to lend money upon fair friendship without security. Here's 3, 2, solitaires for thee. Good boy, wink at me and say thou sawest me not. Fare thee well.
Is it possible the world should so much differ, and we alive that lived? Fly to him that bases, to him that worships thee.
Ha! Now I know thou art a fool and fit for thy master!
Nay, these, add to the number that may scald thee. Let molten coin be thy damnation, now, disease of a friend and not himself. Has friendship such a faint and milky heart, it turns in less than 2 nights? Oh, you gods! I feel my master's passion. This slave unto his honor has my lord's meat in him. Why should it thrive and turn to nutriment when he is turned to poison? May diseases only work upon it. And when he's sick to death, let not that part of nature which my lord paid for be of any power to expel sickness, but prolong his hour.
Who? The Lord Timon? Oh, he is my very good friend and an honorable gentleman.
We know him for no less, though we are but strangers to him. But I'll tell you one thing, my lord, and which I hear from common rumor. Now Lord Timon's happy days are done and past, and his estate shrieks from him.
Fie, no. Do not believe it. He cannot want for money.
But believe you this, my lord, that not long ago one of his men was with the Lord Lucullus to borrow so many talents, nay, urged extremely for it, and showed what necessity belonged to it, and yet was denied.
How?
I tell you, denied, my lord.
What a strange case was that. Now, before the gods, I am ashamed on it. Denied that honorable man? There was very little honor showed in it. For mine own part, I must needs confess I have received some small kindnesses from him, such as money, plate, jewels, and such like trifles. Nothing comparing to his. Yet had he mistook him and sent to me, I should never have denied on his occasion so many talents.
See by good hap yonders, my lord. I have sweat to see his honor, my honored lord.
Flavius, you are kindly met. Commend me well to thy honorable lord, my very exquisite friend.
May it please your honor, my lord hath sent...
Oh, hath sent? That lord is ever sending. I'm quite endeared to him. How shall I thank him, thinkst thou? And what has he sent?
Has only sent his present occasion now, my lord, requesting your lordship to supply his instant use with so many talents.
I know his lordship is but merry with me. He cannot want 50, 500 talents.
But in the meantime he wants less, my lord. If his occasion were not virtuous, I should not urge it half so faithfully.
Dost thou speak seriously, Flavius?
Upon my soul, 'tis true, sir.
Oh, what a wicked beast was I to disfurnish myself against such a good time when I might have shown myself honorable. How unluckily it happened that I should purchase the day before for a small part and undo such a great deal of honor. Flavius! Now, before the gods, I am not able to do the more beast, I say. I was sending to use the Lord Timon myself. These gentlemen can witness. But I would not for the wealth of Athens I had done it now. Flavius, commend me bountifully to his good lordship, and I hope he will conceive the fairest of me, because I have no power to be kind. And tell him this from me. Say I consider it one of my greatest afflictions that I cannot pleasure such an honorable gentleman. Good Flavius, will you befriend me so far as to use mine own words to him?
Yes, sir, I shall.
I'll look you out a good turn, Flavius. True, as you said, Timon is shrunk indeed. He that's once denied will hardly speed.
Do you observe this, Hostilius?
Aye, too well.
Why, this is the world's soul, and just at the same pace as every flatterer's sport. Who can call him his friend that dips at the same dish? For my knowing, Timon has been this lord's father, and paid his credit with his purse, supported his estate. Nay, Timon's money has paid his men their wages. He ne'er drinks, but Timon's silver treads upon his lip, and yet, oh, see the monstrousness of man when he looks out into an ungrateful shape. He does deny him, in respect of his, what charitable men afford to beggars.
Religion groans at it. For mine own part, I never tasted Timon in my life, nor came any of his bounties over me to mark me for his friend. Yet I protest, for his right, noble mind, illustrious virtue, and honorable carriage, had his necessity made use of me, I would have put my wealth into donation, and the best half should have returned to him. So much I love his heart. Oh. But I perceive, men must learn now with pity to dispense, for policy sits above conscience.
Must he needs trouble me in time? Above all others, he might have tried Lord Lucius, or Lucullus, and now Ventidius is wealthy too, whom he redeemed from prison. All these owes their estates unto him.
My lord, they have all been crushed and found base metal, for they have all denied him.
How? Have they denied him as Ventidius and Lucullus denied him? And does he send for me? 3? Ah! It shows but little love or judgment in him. Must I be his last refuge? His friends, like physicians, thrive, give him over. Must I take the cure upon me? Has much disgraced me it. I'm angry at him that might have known my place. I see no sense for it, but his occasions might have wooed me first. For, in my conscience, I was the first man that e'er received gift from him. And does he think so backwardly of me now that I'll requite it last? No. So it may prove an argument of laughter to the rest, and I amongst lords be thought a fool. I'd rather than the worth of thrice the sum had sent to me first, but for my mind's sake, I'd such encourage to do him good. But now return, and with their faint reply this answer join. Who makes mine honor shall not know my coin.
Excellent! Your lordship's a goodly villain! The devil knew not what he did when he made man politic. He crossed himself by it, and I cannot think but in the end the villainies of man will set him clear. How fairly this lord strives to appear foul, takes virtuous copies to be wicked, like those that under hot ardent zeal would set whole realms on fire of such a nature as his politic love. This was my lord's best hope. Now all are fled, save only the gods. Now his friends are dead, doors that were ne'er acquainted with their wards many a bounteous year must be employed now to guard sure their master. And this is all a liberal course allows. Who cannot keep his wealth, must keep his house.
Well met! Good morrow, Hortensius.
Oh, what?
Titus! Delight to you, kind Varro.
Do we meet together?
Aye! And I think what business does command us all, for mine is money.
So is his, and ours.
And Sir Caiaphas too.
Good day at once!
Welcome, good brother, what do you think the hour?
Laboring for 9?
So much?
Has not my lord seen yet?
Not yet.
Oh, he was wont to shine at 7.
Aye, but the days are waxed shorter with him. You must consider that a prodigal course is like the sun's, but not like his recoverable, I fear. 'Tis deep as winter, Lord Timon's purse. That is, one may reach deep enough, and yet find little.
Oh, I am of your fear for that.
I'll show you how to observe a strange event.
Your lord sends now for money,
Most true, he does.
And yet he wears jewels now of Timon's gift, for which I wait for money.
It is against my heart. Mark how strange it shows. Timon in this should pay more than he owes. And e'en as if your lord should wear rich jewels and send for money for him.
Oh, I'm weary of this charge, the gods can witness. I know my lord has spent of Timon's wealth, and now, ingratitude makes it worse than stout.
Yes, my 3,000 crowns. What's yours?
5,000 mine.
'Tis much deep, and it should seem by the sum your master's confidence were above mine, else surely is it equal.
One of Lord Timon's men.
Ah, it's not that his steward muffled so? Oh, he goes away in a cloud. Call him, call him.
Do you hear, sir?
Please, sir.
What do you ask of me, my friends?
We wait for certain money here, sir.
Aye, if money were as certain as your waiting, 'twere sure enough. Why then preferred you not your sums and bills when your false masters ate of my lord's meat? Then they could smile and fawn upon his debts, and take down the interest into their gluttonous maws. You do yourselves but wrong to stir me up. Let me pass quietly. Believe it, my lord and I have made an end. I have no more to reckon, he to spend.
Aye, but this answer will not serve.
If 'twill not serve, 'tis not so base as you, for you serve knaves.
How? What is his cashiered worship, mother?
It matters not. He's poor, and that's revenge enough. Who can speak broader than he who has no house to put his head in? Such may rail against great buildings.
Oh, here's Servilius. Now we'll know some answer.
If I might beseech you, gentlemen, to repair some other hour, I should derive much from it. For taken of my soul, my lord leans wondrously to discontent. His comfortable temper has forsook him. He's much out of health and keeps his chamber.
Many do keep their chamber are not sick. And if it be so far beyond his health, methinks he should the sooner pay his debts and make a clear way to the gods.
Aye!
We cannot take it for answer, sir.
My passage? Have I been ever free? And must my house now be my pretended enemy, my jail? This place which I have feasted must it now, like all mankind, show me an iron heart.
Put it now, Titus.
My lord, here is my bill.
Here's mine.
Oh, here's my...
All our bills!
Knock me down with them! Cleave me to the girdle!
Alas, my lord.
Cut my heart in songs. Mine 50 talents. Tell out my blood.
5,000 crowns.
5,000 drops pays that. What's yours?
My lord.
And yours.
My lord!
Tear me! Take me! And the gods fall upon you! Go!
Faith! I perceive our masters may throw their caps at their money. Their debts may be called desperate ones, for a madman owes them. Oh!
They have e'en put my breath from me, the slaves. Creditors. Devils!
My dear lord.
What if it should be so?
My lord.
I'll have it so, my steward!
Here, my lord.
So fitly. I bid thee, go, invite my friends, Lucullus, Lucius, Sempronius, all. We'll once more feast the rascals.
My dear lord, you speak only from your distracted soul. There's not so much left to furnish out a moderate table.
Be it not in thy care. Go, I charge thee. We'll let in the tide of knaves once more, my cook, and I'll provide.
My lord, you have my voice to it. The fault's bloody. 'Tis necessary he should die. Nothing emboldens sin so much as mercy.
Most true, the law shall bruise him.
Honor, health, and compassion to the sentence.
Now, Captain,
I am an humble suitor to your virtues, for pity is the virtue of the law, and none but tyrants use it cruelly. It pleases time and fortune to lie heavy upon a friend of mine, who in hot blood hath stepped into the law, which is past depth to those that without heed do plunge into it. He is a man setting his fate aside of comely virtues. Nor did he soil the fact with cowardice, an honor in him which buys out his fault, but with a noble fury and fair spirit, seeing his reputation touched to death, he did oppose his foe, and with such sober and unnoted passion, he did behoove his anger ere 'twas spent, as if he had but proved an argument.
You undergo too strict a paradox, striving to make an ugly deed look fair. Your words have took such pains as if they labored to bring manslaughter into form and set quarreling upon the head of valor, which, indeed, is valor misbegot and came into the world when sects and factions were newly born. He's truly valiant that can wisely suffer the worst that man can breathe and make his wrongs his outsides, to wear them like his raiment carelessly, and ne'er prefer his injuries to his heart to bring it into danger. If wrongs be evils and enforce us kill, what folly 'tis to hazard life for ill.
My lord!
You cannot make gross sins look clear. To revenge is no valor but to bear.
My lords, then, under favor, pardon me if I speak like a captain. Why do fond men expose themselves to battle, and not endure all threats? Sleep upon it and let the foes quietly cut their throats without repugnancy. If there be such honor in bearing, what make we abroad? Why then women are more valiant than stay at home if bearing carry it, and the ass more captain than the lion. Oh, the fellow loaded with irons, wiser than the judge if wisdom be in suffering. Oh, my good lords, as you are great, be pitifully good. Who cannot condemn rashness in cold blood? To kill, I grant, is sin's extremest gust, but in defense, by mercy 'tis most just. To be in anger is impiety, but who is man that is not angry? Weigh but the crime with this.
You breathe in vain.
In vain! His service done at Lacedaemon and Byzantium were a sufficient bribe for his life.
What's that?
Why say, my lords, has done fair service, and slain in fight many of your enemies. How full of valor did he bear himself in the last conflict, and made plenteous wounds.
He has made too much plenty of them. He's a sworn rioter. He has a sin that often drowns him and takes his valor prisoner. If there were no foes, that were enough to overcome him. In that beastly fury, he has been known to commit outrages and cherish factions. 'Tis inferred to us his days are foul and his drink dangerous.
He dies.
Hard fate! He might have died in war. My lords, if for no parts in him, though his right arm might purchase his own time and be in debt to none, yet more to move you. Take my deserts to his and join them both, and for I know your reverend ages love security, I'll pawn my victories, all my honor to you upon his good returns. If by this crime he owes the law his life, why let the war receive it in valiant gore, for law is strict, and war is nothing more.
We are for law. He dies. Urge it no more. On height of our displeasure. Friend or brother, he forfeits his own blood that spills another.
Must it be so? It must not be! My lords, I do beseech you, know me!
How?
Call me to your remembrances! I cannot think, but your age has forgot me. It could not be else that I should prove so base. To sue and be denied such common grace, my wounds ache at you!
You dare! Our anger is in few words, but spacious in effect. We banish thee forever.
Banish me! Banish your dotage! Banish usury which makes the Senate ugly!
If after 2 days shine Athens contain thee, attend our way to your judgment! And not to swell our spirit, he shall be executed present.
Now the gods keep you old enough that you may live only in bone. Then let me look at you! I am worse than mad. I have kept back their foes while they have told their money and let out their coin upon large interest. I myself rich, only in large hurts. Is this the balsam that the usuring senate pours into captains' wounds? Banishment! It comes not ill. I hate not to be banished. It is a cause worthy my spleen and fury that I may strike at Athens. But 'tis an honor with most lands to be at odds. Soldiers should brook as little wrongs as gods.
A good time of day to you, sir.
I also wish it to you. I think this good lord did but try us this other day.
Upon that were my thoughts tiring when we encounter. I hope it is not so low with him as he made it seem during the trial of his several friends.
It should not be by the persuasion of his new feasting.
I should think so. He hath sent me an earnest inviting, which many my near occasions did urge me to put off, but he hath conjured me beyond them, and I must needs attend.
In like manner was I in debt to my importunate business, but he would not hear of my excuse. I am sorry when he sent me, but my provision was out.
I am sick of that grief, too, as I understand how all things go.
Every man hears so. What would he have sent of you?
1,000 pieces.
1,000 pieces?
What of you?
Oh, he sent to me, sir. Oh, here he comes.
Welcome, gentlemen both, and how fare you?
Ever at the best, hearing well of your lordship.
Oh.
The swallow follows not summer more willing than we, your lordship.
Oh. Nor more willingly leaves winter, such summer birds are men. Gentlemen, our dinner will not recompense this long stay. Pray you feast your ears on music a while, that is, if they will fare so harshly, the trumpet sound.
Oh.
We shall to it presently.
I hope it sits not unkindly with your lordship. I returned you an empty messenger.
Let it not trouble you, sir.
My noble lord.
Ah, my good friend, what cheer?
My most exquisite noble lord. I am even sick of shame that when you sent to me this other day, I was so unfortunate a beggar.
Think not on it, sir.
If you had sent me but 2 hours
Let it
before,
not cumber your better remembrance. Shall we in together?
All covered dishes!
Royal cheer, I warrant you.
Doubt not that if money and the season can yield it.
How do you? What's the news?
Alcibiades is banished. Hear you of it?
Ooh, Alcibiades
Banished?
banished.
So be sure of it.
How?
Pray you tell.
Mary, my friends, will you come in?
Well, I'll tell you more anon. Here's a noble feast toward.
Oh, this is the old man still.
Will it hold? Will it hold?
It does, but time will. And so,
I do conceive.
Marry each man to his stool with that spur as to the lip of his mistress. Your diet shall be in all places alike. Make not a city feast of it to let them eat cool air. You decide on the first place. Sit. The gods require our thanks. You great benefactors, sprinkle our society with thankfulness. For your own gifts, let yourselves be praised, but reserve still to give, lest your deities be despised. Lend to each man enough that one need not lend to another, for were your godheads to borrow of men, men would forsake the gods. Make the meat beloved more than the man who gives it. Let no assembly of 20 be without a score of villains. If 12 women sit at a table, let a dozen of them be as they are. For the rest of your fees, oh, you gods, the senators of Athens, together with the common leg, what is amiss in them, you gods, make suitable for destruction. For these, my present friends, as they are to me nothing, so in nothing bless them, and to nothing are they welcome. Uncover, dogs, and lap.
What does his lordship mean?
I know not.
May your better feast never behold you not of mouth friends. This
is Timon's last, who stuck and spangled with your flatteries, washes them off, and sprinkles in your faces your reeking villainy. Live long and long, most smiling, smooth, detested parasites, courteous destroyers, affable wolves, meek bears, fools of fortune, treacherous friends and time's spies of man and beast. The infinite malady crushed you quite o'er. What? Dost thou go? Soft. Take thy physic first. And thou? What say? I'll lend thee money, borrow none. Oh! What? All in motion? Henceforth be no feast wherein a villain's not a welcome guest! Burn! Hulse! Sink! Athens! Henceforth hated be of time and man, and all humanity! Oh no, my lord!
Know you the quality of Lord Timon's fury?
Push, did you see my cap?
But a man lord enough with whom persuade him. He gave me a jewel the other day, now he has beat it out of my cap. Have you seen my jewel?
Have you seen my cap?
Here it is.
Let's make no stay.
Lord Timon's mad.
I feel it upon my bones.
Ooh, one day he gives us diamonds, the next day, stones.
Let me look back on thee. Oh, thou wall that girdles in those wolves, dive into the earth and fence not in Athens. Matrons, turn incontinent. Obedience, fail in children, slaves and fools. Pluck the grave-lying senate from the bench and minister in their steads. To general filths, convert all the instant green virginity. Do it in your parents' eyes. Bankrupts, hold fast rather than render back. Out with your knives and cut your trusters' throats. Bound servants steal. Large-handed robbers your grave masters are, and pilled by law. Maid, to thy master's bed. Thy mistress is all the brothel? Oh, son of 16, pluck the grave, pluck the crutch from thy old limping sire, and with it beat out his brains! Piety and fear, religion to the gods, domestic awes, neighborhoods, nighttime's rest, degrees, customs, observances, laws, decline to your confounding contraries, and let confusion reign. Plagues, incident to mankind, your potent and infectious fevers heap on Athens ripe for the stroke. Thou cold sciatica, cripple our senators that their limbs may halt as lamely as their manners. Lust and liberty creep into the minds and marrow of our youth, that 'gainst the stream of virtue they may strive and drown themselves in riot. Itches, blains, sow on the Athenian bosom, and for their crop be general leprosy. Breath, infect breath, that their society, like their friendship, may be merely poison. Nothing but nakedness will I take from thee, thou detestable town. Take thou that too in multiplying bands. Timon will to the woods. Where he will find the unkindest beast kinder than all mankind. The gods
gods! Confound! Hear me, you gods, all the Athenians both within and
out this wall. And as Timon grows, may his hate grow to the whole human race, both high and low. Amen.
Hear you, Master Steward. Are we undone? Cast off, nothing remaining?
Like my fellows, what should I say to you? Let me be recorded by the righteous gods I am as poor as you.
Such a house broke, so noble a master fallen, all gone, and not one friend to take his fortune by the arm and go along with him?
As we do turn our backs from our companion thrown into his grave, so his familiars to his buried fortunes slink all away, leave their false vows with him like empty purses picked, and his poor self, a dedicated beggar to the air with his disease of all shunned poverty, walks like contempt alone.
All broken implements of a ruined house.
Yet do our hearts wear Timon's livery. That see I by our faces. We are fellows still, serving alike in sorrow. Leaked is our bark, and we poor mates stand on the dying deck, hearing the surge's threat. We must all part into this sea of air.
Good fellows both. The latest of my wealth I'll share amongst you. Wherever we shall meet for Timon's sake, let's yet be fellows. Let's shake our heads and say as 'twere a knell unto our master's fortunes, we have seen better days. Let each take some. Nay, put out your hands. Not one word more. Thus part we rich in sorrow, parting poor. Oh, the fierce wretchedness that glory brings us. Who would not wish to be from wealth exempt, since riches point to misery and contempt? Who would be so mocked with glory, or to live but in a dream of friendship? To have his pomp and all would stay compounds, but only painted like his varnished friends? Poor honest lord, brought low by his own heart, undone by goodness. Strange, unusual blood. When man's worst sin is he does too much good, who then dares to be half so kind again? For bounty that makes gods do still mar men. My dearest lord, blessed to be most accursed, rich only to be wretched, thy great fortunes are made thy chief afflictions. Alas, kind lord, he's flung in rage from this ingrateful seat of monstrous friends, nor has he with him to supply his life or that which can command it. I'll follow and inquire him out. I'll ever serve his mind with my best will. Whilst I have gold, I'll be his steward still.
O blessed breeding sun, draw from the earth rotten humidities. Below thy sister's orb infect the air. Twin brothers of one womb, whose
procreation, residence, birth, scarce is dividend. Touch them with several fortunes, the greater scorns the lesser. Not nature, to whom all sores lay siege, can bear great fortune, but by contempt of nature. Raise me this beggar, deny it that lord. The senator bears contempt hereditary, the beggar native honor. It is the pasture, lords the brother's side, the want that makes him lean. Who dares? Who dares, in purity of manhood, stand upright and say, that man's a flatterer? If one be, so are they all. For every grease of fortune is smoothed by that below. The learned pate ducks to the golden fool. All's obloquy. There's nothing level in our cursed natures but direct villainy. Therefore, hated be all feast throngs, societies of men. His semblance, yea, himself, Timon disdains. Destruction fang mankind. Earth, yield me roots. Who seeks for better of thee, sauce his palate with thy most operant poison. What is here? Gold? Yellow, glittering, precious gold? No, you gods! I am no idle votarist! Roots! Dear heavens! Why, thus much of this will make black, white, young, old, wrong, right, base, noble, foul, fair, valiant, coward! Ah, you gods! Why this? What? This? You gods? Why, this will log and tuck your priests and servants from your sides, pluck fat men's pillows from their heads. This yellow slave will knit and break religions, bless the accursed, make the whore leprosy adored. This will give knee, title, and approbation to fools with senators on the bench. Why, this is it which makes the wappened widow wed again, she whom the spittle house and ulcerous sores would cast a gorge at. This spices and embalms to the April day again. Come, damned earth, common whore of mankind, I will make thee do thy right nature. Huh? A drum? Thou art quick, but yet I'll bury thee. Thou go strong thief when gouty keepers of thee cannot stand. Nay, stay thou out for earnest.
What art thou there? Speak!
A beast, as thou art. The canker gnaw thy heart for showing me again the eyes of man.
What is thy name? Is man so hateful to thee that art thyself a man?
I am misanthropos and hate mankind. For thy part, I would thou wert a dog, that I might love thee something.
I know thee too, but in thy fortunes I am unlearned and strange.
I know thee. But more than that, I know thee. I not desire to know.
Beat thy drum and get thee gone! Paint the ground with man's blood! Ghouls! Ghouls! Religious canons, civil laws are cruel, then what should war be? This fell whore of thine hath more destruction in her than thy sword for all her cherubim look.
Thy lips rot off.
I will not kiss thee, and so the rot returns to thine own lips again.
How came the noble Timon to this change?
As the moon does, by wanting light to give. But renew, I could not like the moon. There were no more suns to borrow of.
Noble Timon, what friendship may I do thee?
None but to maintain my position.
What is it, Timon?
Promise me friendship, but perform none. Thou wilt not promise? The gods plague thee, for thou art a man. If thou wilt perform, the gods confound thee, for thou art a man.
I have heard in some sort of thy miseries.
Thou sawest them when I had prosperity.
I see them now. Then was a blessed time.
As thine is now held with a brace of harlots.
Is this the Athenian minion whom the world voiced so regardfully?
Art thou Timandra?
Yes.
Be a whore still. They love thee not that use thee. Give them diseases, leaving with thee their lust. Make use of thy salt hours. Season the slaves for the tubs and the baths. Pluck down the rose-cheeked youth to the tub fast and the diet.
Pardon him, sweet Timandra, for his wits are drowned and lost in his calamities. I have but little gold of late time, the want of which doth daily make revolt in my penurious band. I have heard and grieved how cursed Athens, mindless of thy worth, forgetting thy great deeds, when neighbor states, but for thy sword and fortune trod upon them.
Follow thy tongue and get thee gone!
I am thy friend and pity thee, Timon.
How dost thou pity him who thou dost trouble? I had rather be alone.
Why, fare you well. Here is some gold for thee.
Keep it, I cannot eat it.
When I have laid proud Athens on a heap.
Warst thou against Athens?
I, Timon, and have cause.
The gods confound them in thy conquest. And thee after thou hast conquered.
Why me, Timon?
That by killing of villains thou wast born to conquer my country. Put up thy gold. Go on, here's gold. Go on. Be as a planetary plague, when Jove will o'er some high-viced city hang his poison in the sick air. Let not thy sword skip one. Pity not honored age for his long white beard. He's an usurer. Strike me the counterfeit matron. It is her habit only that is honest, herself's a bawd. Let not the virgin's cheek make soft thy trenchant sword, for those milk paps that through window bars bore at men's eyes are not within the leaf of pity writ, but set them down horrible traitors. Spare not the babe whose dimpled smiles from fools exhaust their mercy. Think it a bastard, whom the oracle hath doubtfully pronounced thy throat shall cut, and mince it sans remorse. Swear against objects, put armor on thine ears and on thine eyes, whose proofs nor yells of mothers, maids, nor babes, nor sight of priests in holy vestments bleeding may pierce a jot. Here's gold to pay thy soldiers. Make large confusion, and thy fury spent, confounded be thyself. Speak not and be gone.
If thou hast gold to give, I'll take the gold thou givest me. Not all thy counsel.
Dost thou or dost thou not? Heaven's curse upon thee.
Give us some gold, good Timon.
Hast thou more?
Enough to make a whore forswear her trade and make whores a bawd. Hold up, you sluts, your aprons mountant! You are not oathable, although I know you'll swear, terribly swear, into strong shudders and heavenly agues, the immortal gods that hear you! Oh, spare your oaths. I'll trust to your conditions. Be whores still. And he whose pious breath seeks to convert you, be strong in whore. Allure him. Burn him up. And let your close fire predominate, but be no turncoats. Yet may your pains 6 months be quite contrary, and thatch your poor thin roofs with burdens of the dead. Some that were hanged, no matter. Wear them. Betray them. Whore still. Paint till a horse may mire upon your face a pox of wrinkles.
Well, more gold! What then? Believe it, we'll do anything for gold.
Consumptions sow in the hollow bones of men. Strike their sharp shins to more men spurring. Crack the lawyer's voice, that we may no more false title plead, nor sound its squillets shrilly. Pour the flamen that scolds against the flesh, but not believes himself. Down with his nose, down with it flat. Take the bridge of him quite away that smells from the common wheel. Make the curled paint ruffians bald. And let the unscarred braggarts of war derive some pain from you. Plague all, that your activity may quite defeat and quell the source of all erection. Here's gold. Do you damn others? Let this damn you, and ditches grave you all.
More counsel with more money, bounteous Timon.
More harm, more mischief first, I have given you earnest. Strike out the drum towards Athens!
Farewell, Timon. If I thrive well, I'll visit thee again.
If I hope well, I'll never see thee more.
I never did thee harm.
Yes, thou spokest well of me.
Call'st thou that harm?
Men daily find it. Get thee gone and take thy beagles with thee.
We but offend him.
Strike! That nature, being sick of man's unkindness, should yet be hungry. Oh, earth, common mother thou, that whose womb unmeasurable and infinite breast teems and feeds all, whose self-same metal, whereof thy arrogant child, proud man, is puffed, engenders the adder blue, black toad, eyeless venomed worm, gilded newt, with all the abhorred births below crisp heaven, whereof Hyperion's quickening fire doth shine, yield him, whom all the human sons do hate, from forth thy plenteous bosom one poor root. Ensear thy fertile and unlimited womb, that it may no more bring out ingrateful man. Go great with tiger, dragons, wolves, and bears. Teem with new monsters, whereof thy upward face to the marbled mansion all above never presented.
a root. Dear thanks. Dry up your marrows, vines, and plough-torn lays, whereof ingrateful man with licorice draughts and morsels unctuous greases his pure mind that from it all consideration slips. More man. Plague. Plague.
Thou direct it hither. Men report thou dost affect my manners, and dost use them.
'Tis then because thou dost not keep a dog whom I would imitate.
This is in thee in nature but infected. A poor, unmanly melancholy sprung from change of future. By this spade, this place, this slave-like habit and these looks of care. Thy flatterers yet wear silk, drink wine, lie soft, hug their diseased perfumes, and have forgot the time it ever was. Shame not these woods by putting on the cunning of a carper. Be thou a flatterer now, and seek to thrive by that which has undone thee. Hinge thy knee, and let the very breath whom thou'lt observe blow off thy cap. Praise's most vicious strain, call it excellent. Thou hast told thus. Thou gavest thine ears like tapsters that bade welcome to knaves and all approaches. 'Tis most just thou turn rascal. As thou wealth again, rascals should have. Do not assume my likeness.
Were I like thee, I would throw away myself.
Thou hast cast away thyself, being thyself. A madman so long, and now a fool. What? Thinkst thou the bleak air, thy boisterous chamberlain, will put thy shirt on warm? Will these moist trees that have outlived the eagle take thy heels and skip when thou pointst out? The cold brook, candied with ice, caudle thy morning's taste to cure thy o'er-night surfeit, ha! Call the creatures whose naked natures live in the spite of wreakful heaven, who spare unhoused trunks to the conflicting elements exposed. Answer, mere nature, bid them flatter thee, thou shalt find.
I'm full of thee, depart!
I like thee better now than e'er I did.
I hate thee worse.
Why?
Thou flatterest misery.
I flatter not, but say thou art a caitiff.
Why dost thou seek me out?
To vex thee.
Always a villain's office and a fool's, dost please thyself in it.
Aye.
Oh, a knave too.
If thou didst put the sour, cold habit on to castigate thy pride, 'twere well, but thou dost it enforcedly. Thou'st courtier be again, would not beggar. Willing misery outlives in certain pomp. Is crowned before. The one is ever filling, never complete. The other at high wish. The best state, contentless, and the distracted and most wretched being, worse than the worst content. Thou shouldst desire to die, being miserable.
Not by his breath that is more miserable. Thou art a slave. Fortune's tender arm with favor never clasped, but bred a dog. Hadst thou, like us, from your first swath proceeded the sweet degrees that this brief world affords to such as may the passive drudges of it freely command, thou wouldst have plunged thyself into general riot, given thyself over to different beds of lust, and never learned the icy precept of respect, but followed the sugared game before thee. But myself, who had the world as my confectionery, the mouths, tongues, eyes, hearts of men, a duty more than I could frame employment, that numberless upon me stuck as leaves do on the oak, have with one winter's brush all fell from their boughs, leaving me bare, open for every storm that blows. I, to bear this that never knew but better, is some burden Thy nature did commence in sufferance. Time has made thee hard in it. Why shouldst thou hate men? They never flattered thee. What hast thou given? If thou wilt curse, thy father, poor rogue, must be thy subject, who in spite put stuff to some she-beggar and so compounded thee, poor rogue hereditary. Hence get thee gone. Hadst thou not been born the worst of men, thou wouldst be a knave and a flatterer.
Art thou proud yet?
I that I am not thee.
I that I was no prodigal.
I that I am one now. With all the wealth I had was shut up in thee, thus would I give leave to hang it. That all the lives of Athens were in this, thus would I eat it.
Here, and will mend thy feast.
First mend my company, take away thyself.
So will I mend mine own by the lack of thine.
'Tis not well mended so, it is but botched. Would it not, I would it were.
What wouldst thou have to Athens?
See, thither, in a whirlwind. You can tell them there I have gold. Look you, so I have.
Is no use for gold.
The best and truest. For here it sleeps and does no hired harm.
Where lies the knight's Timon?
Under that's above me. Where feedst thou at days, Apemantus?
Where my stomach finds meat.
Would poison were obedient and knew my mind.
Where wouldst thou send it?
To sauce thy dishes.
The middle of humanity thou never knewest. The extremity of both ends. When I was in thy guilt and thy perfume, they mocked thee for too much curiosity. And thy rags thou knowest none, but are despised for the contrary. Is a meddler for thee, eat it.
And what I hate, I feed not.
Dost hate a meddler?
Aye, though it look like thee.
And that's hated meddlers sooner, thou shouldst love thyself better now. What, man? Didst thou ever know unthrift that was beloved after his means?
Who without those means thou speak'st of didst thou ever know beloved?
Myself.
I understand thee. You had some means to keep a dog.
What things in the world can thou nearest compare to thy flatterers?
Women nearest. But men. Men are the things themselves. What would you do, Apemantus, with the world if it lay in thy power?
Give it to the beasts. Be rid of the men.
And would you have yourself fall in the confusion of the men and remain a beast with the beast?
Aye.
A beastly ambition which the gods help thee to attain to. Wert thou the lion? The fox would beguile thee. Wert thou the lamb? The fox would eat thee. Wert thou the fox? The lion would suspect thee when peradventure thou wert accused by the ass. Wert thou the ass, thy dullness would afflict thee, and still thou livest but as breakfast to the wolf. Wert thou the wolf, thy greediness would torment thee, and oft shouldst thou hazard thy life for thy dinner. Wert thou the unicorn, thy pride and wrath would confound thee, and make thee fall in the confusion of thy own fury. Wert thou the bear, thou would be killed by the horse. Wert thou the horse, thou would be seized by the leopard. Wert thou the leopard, thou wert domain to the lion, and the spots of thy kindred were germs on thy life. All thy safety were emotion, and thy defense absence. What beast couldst thou be that were not subject to a beast?
What a beast art thou already that seest not thy loss and transformation?
If thou couldst please me by speaking to me, I might hit upon it here. The Commonwealth of Athens is become a forest of beasts.
How has the ass broke the wall that thou art out of the city?
Yonder comes a poet and a painter. Plague of company light upon thee. I should fear to catch it and give way. When I know not what else to do, I'll see thee again.
When there is nothing living but thee, thou shalt be welcome. I'd rather be a beggar's dog than Apemantus.
Thou art the cat of all fools alive.
Would thou wert clean enough to spit upon.
Plague upon thee. Thou art too bad to curse.
All villains that do stand by thee are pure.
There is no leprosy but what thou speaks.
If I name thee, I'd beat thee, but I should infect my hair.
I would my tongue could rot them all.
Away, thou tedious rogue. Color does kill me that thou art alive. I swoon to see thee.
Would thou wouldst kill burst.
Away, thou mangy dog. I am sorry. I shall lose a stone by thee.
Ow! Be
Slave toad! Rogue! 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 Dog! I am sick of this false organ who has naught but the mere necessity on it. Then Timon, presently prepare thy grave. Lie where the light foam from the sea may beat thy gravestone daily. Make mine epitaph that death in me and others' lives may laugh. Oh thou, sweet king killer, and dear divorced, rich natural son and sire. Thou valiant Mars, thou ever young, fresh, delicate, beloved wooer that thaws the consecrated snow on Dian's lap. Thou visible god, that solderest close impossibilities and makes them kiss, that speaks with every tongue to every purpose. Oh, thou touch of hearts, think thy slave man rebels, and set them into redounding odds that beasts may have the world in empire!
Ha! Not till I'm dead. I'll stake that gold. That shall be thronged to shortly.
Thronged to?
Aye.
My back up, really.
Live. And love thy misery.
Long live and so die. I am quit.
No things like men. Eat, Timon. And abhor them.
Where should he have this gold? It is some poor fragment, some slender orth of his remainder. Why, the mere want of gold and the falling from of his friends drove him to this melancholy.
'Tis noised he hath a mass of treasure. Let us make the assay upon him. If he care not for it, he shall supply us easily. If he covetously reserve it, how shalt get it?
True, for he bears it not about him. 'Tis hid.
Is not this he?
Where?
'Tis
'Tis his description. I know him.
Save thee, Timon!
Timon, save thee! Save thee.
Now, thieves!
Soldiers!
Not thieves.
Both Jew and women's sons.
We are not thieves! But men, that much do want.
Your greatest want is that you want much of meat. Why should you want? Behold, the earth bears roots. Within this mile break forth in 100 springs. The oak bears masts, the briar scarlet hips. The bounteous housewife nature on every bush lays her full mess before you. Want? Why want?
We cannot live on grass, on berries, water, as beasts and birds and fishes.
Nor on beasts and birds and fishes. You must eat men. Yet thanks I must to God that you are thieves professed and work not in holier shapes, for there is boundless theft in limited professions. Rascal thieves, here's gold. Go, suck the subtle blood of the grape till the high fever seethe thy blood to froth, and so scape hanging. Oh, trust not the physician. His antidotes are poison. He slays more than you rob. Take wealth and lives together. Do, villain, do, since thou protest to do it. Like workmen, I'll example you thievery. The sun. The sun is a thief. And with her great attraction, she robs the vast sea. The moon is a thief, and her pale fire she steals from the sun. The sea is an errant thief, whose liquid surge resolves the moon into salt tears. The earth is a thief that feeds and breeds on a composture stolen from the general excrement. Each thing is a thief. The laws your curb and whip have in their rough power unchecked theft. Love not yourselves. Rob one another. Here's gold! Cutthroats! All that you meet are thieves. To Athens go, break open shops. Nothing can you steal, but thieves do lose it. Steal less for this I give you. Gold confound you howsoe'er. Amen.
Almost charmed me from my profession by persuading me to it.
'Tis in the malice of mankind that he advises us not to have us thrive in our mystery.
I'll believe him as an enemy and give over my trade.
Let us first see peace in Athens. There is no time so miserable, but a man may be true.
As I took note of the place, it cannot be far where he abides.
What's to be thought of him? Does the rumor hold for true that he's so full of gold?
Certain. Alcibiades reports it. Fernie and Timandra had gold of him. He likewise enriched poor, straggling soldiers with great quantity.
Then this breaking of his has been but a try for his friends?
Nothing else. You shall see him a palm in Athens again and flourish with the highest. Therefore, 'tis not amiss we tender our loves to him in this supposed distress of his. It will show honesty in us, and is very likely to load our purposes with what they travail for, if it be a true and just report that goes of his having.
What have you now to present unto him?
Nothing at this time but my visitation. Only, I will promise him an excellent peace.
I must serve him so too. Tell him of an intent that's coming toward him.
Good is the best. Promising is the very air of the time. It opens the eyes of expectation. Performance is ever the duller for his act, But in the plainer and simpler kind of people, the deed of saying is quite out of use. A promise is most courtly and fashionable. Performance is a kind of will or testament which argues a great sickness in his judgment that makes it.
Excellent workman. Thou canst not paint a man so bad as is thyself.
I am thinking what I shall say I have provided for him. It must be a personating of himself. A satire against the softness of prosperity with the discovery of the infinite flatteries that follow youth and opulency.
Must thou needs stand for a villain in thine own work? Wilt thou whip thine own faults in other men? Do so. I have gold for thee.
Nay, let's seek him. Then do we sin against our own estate, when we may profit meet, but come too late.
True. When day serves before black-cornered night, find what thou wants by free and offered light. Come.
I'll meet them at the turn. What a god's gold, that he is worshipped in a baser temple than where swine feed. Fit I meet them.
Worthy Timon!
Our late noble master!
Have I once lived to see two honest men?
Sir, hearing you were retired, your friends fallen off, whose thankless natures, oh, abhorrent spirits, not all the whips of heaven are large enough. What to you, whose star-like nobleness gave life and influence to their whole being? I am wrapped and cannot cover the monstrous bulk of this ingratitude with any size of words.
Let it go. Naked men may see it the better. You, who are honest, by being what you are, make them best seen and known.
He and myself have traveled in the great shower of your gifts and sweetly felt it.
You're honest men.
Oh, we are hither come to offer you our service.
Most honest men. Why, how shall I requite you? Can you eat root and drink cold water? No?
What we can do, we'll do to do you service.
You're honest men. You have heard I have gold. I am sure you have. Speak truth, you are honest men.
Oh, so it is said, my lord, but therefore came not my friend, nor I.
Most honest man. Indeed, thou paints a counterfeit best all in Athens. Indeed, thou counterfeit most lively.
So, my lord.
E'en so, sir, as I said. And for thy fiction, why, thy verse swells with stuff so fine and smooth, thou art even natural in thy work. Yet, mine honest-natured friends, I must needs tell you, for all this you have one little fault. Marriage is not so large in you, nor wish I you to take much pains to mend.
I beseech your honor to make it known to us.
You'll take it illy.
Most thankfully, my lord.
Will you indeed?
Oh, doubt it not, worthy lord.
There's never one of you but trusts a villain that mightily deceives you.
Do we, my lord?
Aye, and you hear him cog, see him dissemble, know his gross batchery, love him, feed him, keep in your bosom, but remain assured he's a made-up villain.
Oh, I know not such, my lord.
Nor I. Rid me, these villains, of your company. Hang them, or stab them. Drown them in a draught, confound them by some course. And come to me. I'll give you gold enough.
Name them, my lord!
Let's know them!
You this way, you that. Yet two together, but each man all alone, single and apart. If where thou go, two villains shall not be, never him encounter. If thou wouldst but reside where one villain is, and never him come near. Hence! Pack! You came for gold? You have work for me. Here's payment. You are an alchemist. Make gold out of that. Out, rascal dogs! Die!
Oh, you gods. Is yon despised and ruinous man, my lord, full of decay and failing? Oh, monument and wonder of good deeds evilly bestowed. What an alteration of honor has desperate want made? What vilder thing upon the earth than friends, who can bring noblest minds to basest ends? How rarely does it meet with this time's guise when man was wished to love his enemies. Grant I may ever love and rather woo those that would mischief me than those that do. Has caught me in his eye. I will present my honest grief to him, and as my lord still serve him with my life. My dearest master.
Away, what art thou?
Have you forgot me, sir?
Why dost ask that? I have forgot all men. Then if thou grunt'st, thou art a man. I have forgot thee.
An honest poor servant of yours.
Then I know ye not. I never had honest men about me, I. All I kept were knaves to serve as meat to villains.
The gods are witness, never did poor steward wear a truer grief for his undone lord than mine eyes for you.
Dost thou weep? Why, then come closer, for now I see thou art a woman, and disclaims flinty mankind that never gives through their eyes except through lust and laughter. Pity is sleeping! Strange times that weep with laughing, not with weeping.
I beg of you to know me, good my lord, to accept my grief, and whilst this poor wealth lasts, to entertain me as your steward still.
Had I a steward so true, so just, and now so comfortable? It almost turns my dangerous nature mild. Let me behold thy face. Surely this man was born of woman. Forgive me, my general, and accept this rashness, you perpetual sober gods. I do proclaim one honest man. Mark me but one, no more. And he's a steward! How fain would I have hated all mankind, all save thee I fell with curses. Methinks thou art more honest now than wise. For by so oppressing and betraying me, thou mightst have sooner come by another master. For many come by second lords on their first lord's neck. But tell me true, for I must ever doubt. Is not thy kindness subtle, covetous, a usuring kind of kindness, like rich men dealing gifts, expecting in return 20 for 1?
No, my most worthy master, in whose breast doubt and suspect, alas, are placed too late. You should have feared false times when you did feast. Suspect still comes where an estate is leased. That which I show, heaven knows, is merely love, duty, and zeal for your unmatched mind, care of your food and living. And believe it, my most worthy lord, for any benefit that points to me, either in hope or present, I'd exchange for this one wish. That you had power and wealth to requite me by making rich yourself.
Look thee! 'Tis so! Thou singly honest man, the gods out of my misery sends thee treasure. Go, live rich and happy, but thus conditioned. You will build
From men, hate all, curse all, show charity to none. But let the famished flesh fall from the bone ere thou relieve the beggar. Give to the dog what thou deniest to man. Let prison swallow 'em, debts wither 'em to nothing. Be men like blasted wood, and diseases lick up their false bloods. Hence get thee gone.
Let me stay and comfort you, my master.
If thou hence curses, thou wilt not stay. Fly while thou art free, ne'er see thou man, and let me ne'er see thee.
It is our part and promise to the Athenians to speak with Timon.
At all times alike, one is still not the same. 'Twas time and griefs that framed him thus. Time with his fair hand offering the fortunes of his former days. The former man may make him.
Here is his cave. Peace and content be here. Lord Timon! Timon! Look out and speak to friends. The Athenians by two of their most reverend senate greet thee.
Thou sun that comforts, burn. Breathe true word of blister. Each false be as cauterizing to the root of the tongue, consuming it with speaking.
Worthy Timon.
Of none but such as thee, and thou of Timon.
The senators of Athens greet thee, Timon.
I thank them, and would send them back the plague, could I but catch it for them.
Oh, forget what we are sorry for ourselves in thee. The senators with one consent of love entreat thee back to Athens, who have thought on special dignities, which vacant lie for thy best use in wearing.
They confess to thee forgetfulness too general gross, which now the public body, which doth seldom play the recanter, feeling in itself a lack of Timon's aid, hath sense withal of its own fall, restraining aid to Timon, and sends forth us with their sorrow rendered, together with a recompense more fruitful than their offence can weigh down by the dram. Aye, even such heaps and sums of love and wealth as shall to thee blot out what wrongs were theirs, and write in thee the figures of their love, ever to read than thine.
You witch me in it. Surprise me to the very brink of tears. Lend me a fool's heart and a woman's eyes, and I'll beweep these comforts, worthy senator.
Therefore so please thee to return with us, and of our Athens thine, and ours to take the captainship. Thou shalt be met with thanks, allowed with absolute power, and thy good name live with authority. So soon we shall drive back of Alcibiades the Proches wild, who like a boar too savage doth root up his country's peace.
And shakes his threatening sword against the walls of Athens.
Therefore, Timon.
Therefore I will, sir. Therefore I will, sir, thus. If Alcibiades kill my countrymen, then let Alcibiades know this of Timon, that Timon cares not. But if he take our goodly aged men by the beards, giving over our holy virgins to the stain of contumelious, beastly, mad-brained war, then let Alcibiades know this, and Timon speaks it, that in pity of our aged and our youth, I cannot choose but say, I care not. For their knives care not, while you have throats to cut. For myself, there's not a whittle in the unruly camp that I prize at my love before the reverendest throat of Athens. And so I leave thee to the prosperous gods as thieves to keepers. I have been writing up my epitaph. It shall be seen tomorrow. My long sickness of health and living begins to mend, and nothing brings me all things.
Go. Live still. Be Alcibiades your plague, you his, and live slow long enough.
We speak in vain.
Yet I love my country, and am not one that rejoices in the common wrath as common Pruitt doth put it.
That's well spoke.
Commend me to my loving countrymen.
These words become your lips as they pass through them.
And enter in our ears like great triumphers at their applauding gates.
Commend me to them. And tell them that to ease them of their griefs, their fears of hostile strokes, aches, losses, pangs of love with other incident throes that this fragile vessel doth afford in life's uncertain voyage, I will some kindness do them. I will teach them to hold back wild Alcibiades' wrath.
I like this well. He will return again.
There is a tree grows here in my close, which my own use invites me to cut down, and shortly must I fell it. Tell my friends, tell Athens, in sequence of degree, from high to low, throughout, that whosoever wishes to fight back oppression, make haste. Come hither ere my tree hath felt my axe, and hang himself. Pray you do my greeting. Come not to me again. Say to Athens, Timon hath made his everlasting mansion on the marbled flood, who once a day the embossed froth the turbulent surge shall cover. Thither come. Let my gravestone be your oracle. Lips. Let 4 words go by and language end. What is amiss? Plague and infection mend.
His discontents are unremovably coupled to nature.
Our hope in him is dead. Let us return and strain what means is left unto us in our dear peril.
It requires swift foot.
Graves only be men's deeds, and death their gain. Sun, hide thy beams. Timon hath done his reign.
By all description, this should be the place.
Who's there? Speak! Oh. No answer. What's this? Timon is dead, who hath outstretched his span. Some beast read this. There does not live a man. Dead, sure, and this is grave. What's on the stone I cannot read. The character I'll take with wax. Our captain hath in every figure skill, an aged interpreter, though young in days. Before proud Athens he's set down by this, whose fall the mark of his ambition is.
Sound to this coward and lascivious town our terrible approach! Till now, you have gone on and filled the time with all licentious measure, making your wills the scope of justice. Till now myself and such as slept within the shadow of your power have wandered with our traversed arms and breathed our sufferance vainly. Now the time is flush, when crouching marrow in the bearer strong cries of itself no more. Now shall breathless wrong sit and pant in your great chairs of ease, and pursy insolence shall break his wind with fear and horrid flight.
Noble and young, when first thy griefs were a mere conceit, ere thou hadst power or we had cause of fear, we sent to thee to give thy rages balm and wipe out our ingratitudes with loves above their quantity.
So did we who transform in time into our city's love by humble message and by promised means. We were not all unkind, nor all deserved the common stroke of war.
These walls of ours were not erected by their hands from whom you have received your grief.
Nor are those living who were the motives that you first went out. Shame that they wanted cutting in excess hath broke their hearts.
All have not offended. For those that were, it is not square to take on those that are revenge. Rhymes, like lands, are not inherited. Then, dear countrymen, bring in thy ranks, but leave without thy rage.
What thou wilt, thou rather shalt enforce it with thy smile than hew to it with thy sword.
Set with thy foot against our rampart gates, and they shall ope. So thou wilt send thy gentle heart before to say thou'lt enter friendly.
To thy glove, or any token of thine honor, else that thou shalt use the wars as our redress, and not as our confusion.
Then there is my glove. Descend and open your uncharged ports.
Those enemies of Timon's and mine own, whom you yourselves shall set out for reproof, fall. And no more. And to atone your fears with my more noble meaning, not a man shall pass his quarter nor offend the stream of regular justice within your city's bounds, but shall be remedied to your public laws. At heaviest answer.
It's most nobly spoken.
Descend. Keep your words.
My noble general! Timon is dead, entombed upon the very hem of the sea, and on his gravestone this in sculpture, which with wax I brought away, whose soft impression interprets for my poor ignorance.
Here lies a wretched corse of wretched soul bereft. Seek not my name. A plague consume you wicked caitiffs left. Here lie I, Timon, whom alive all living men did hate. Pass by and curse thy fill, but pass and stay not here thy gate. These well express thee in thy latter spirits. Though thou abhorrest in us our human griefs, scornst our brains flow, and those our droplets which from niggard nature fall, yet rich conceit hath taught thee to make vast Neptune weep for aye on thy low grave. On faults forgiven. Dead is noble Timon, of his memory hereafter more. Bring me into your city, and I will use the olive with my sword. Make war breed peace. Make peace stint war. Make each prescribe to other as each other's leech. Let our drums strike.
In brief, we would like to thank the Seattle Parks Department for providing us with a venue to provide you with our craft. We would like to thank the Langston Hughes Cultural Center for their long support of GreenStage. We would like to thank Muffins, who played the flattering dog in Act 1, Scene 1. Finest of Seattle's canine Shakespearean actors. He has a gig at Bumbershoot, he couldn't be here. We would like to invite you to see our other show in the park, Comedy of Errors, featuring our own Linda Lombardi pulling double duty. And we would like to turn the tables and the lights upon you. We are a non-for-profit theater group, so what this fine group of actors is going to do is come out amongst you and solicit any donations that you might care to give. Anything would be welcome. If you'd like to take something away, am I having a stroke? If you'd like to take something away tonight, we have these lovely t-shirts. Now tonight we have a special deal, $10 gets you a t-shirt and a saucer with the flying head of Shakespeare as the bard always intended.
What a bargain.
What a bargain, I must say. Chocolate. We have chocolate coins, which is what was being passed out to people. A few of you got a little of the deliciousness, but for a quarter you can have your own, again with the head of Shakespeare on it. We also have GreenStage mugs for the long and dismal winter, which is about to descend upon us. We also have a mailing list if you would like to be notified of any future GreenStage shows, as you very much should. And that should be about it. Thank you very much, and good night.
Arms for the poor!